Hey, take numero dos. I guess you wouldn't know that if I hadn't said it. Two Eagles, Bushwack. This is to Gorham, New Hampshire, Appalachian Trail, uh, bypass of Mount Hayes. Two Eagles, me and a fella, one of the other members of DB Cooper. Trail name was Waterloo. His real name was Dave. I don't remember Dave's last name. Sorry, Dave. Dave is from Kentucky. Nutritionist. We see you going to school to be a nutritionist. It's good to hike in the woods with a nutritionist. You're like, hey, you should eat this. You should eat that. I'm gonna try some birch bark tea. I hear it's good for you. Like, all right, cool. I'm listening to you, buddy. But me and Dave were both Eagle Scouts. 3 Eagle Scouts in DB Cooper. Dave, myself, and Harrison. Harrison was from Georgia. I think I mentioned that earlier. He was a shorter fella. Dave was the fastest hiker of us. His long legs. He had a good stride. I was the second fastest. Either way, down to the business. I have a map which I can show you. After going up and down many hills, to get out of Maine, get out of the Mahoosic Range, the first town you come to in New Hampshire is Gorham. It's your first major resupply before your White Mountains. White Mountains are pretty intense. You can look up anything you want about the White Mountains. You know, the fastest, what is the world record for the highest, like, wind speed, like surface wind speed, was clocked on Mount Washington. That's in the White Mountains. I don't remember the number. It's pretty ridiculous. Mount Washington's crazy. The Whites were awesome if it weren't for the AMC. But that's another story. So to get into Gorham, you come to there's one mountain that keeps you from getting into Gorham. The AT allows you to see Gorham before you can get into it. You come out to a bluff. You've been hiking in the woods all day, going up and down these hills, these mountains, and you're like, here's a nice bluff to rest on. Look, there's Gorham off to your, like west or so. They're right there. Look, it's on the other side of that river, the Androscoggin. I pronounced it wrong, my bad. Like 2 miles straight down, right there. You can see it. You can see it. You can almost touch it. Gorham's got a Walmart. Not a big fan of Walmart, but what can we do? It's a good place to resupply. It's a great resupply for the White Mountains, because the White Mountains are crazy. So Dave's resting at this overlook, and I get there maybe 10 minutes after him, and we were a good pace ahead of the rest of the crew. They're going a little slower, and I pull out the map to see where we are, what's going on. We see Gorham and everything. I'm talking to him, what's up, Waterloo? How's it going? And just had enough of the uphill. Had enough of the uphill. So we check out the maps, see that we've got another uphill, that the AT doesn't take us down into Gorham. It takes us up at Mount Hayes, down Mount Hayes, and then brings us around like outside of Gorham, like 3.5 miles outside of Gorham. Then you have to like hitch north west, like into Gorham, New Hampshire. Say no, we're not going to do that. So we found that there's a saddle. You drop off the bluff, go down a little ways, come into a saddle between 2 hills before you have to go back uphill and start your ascent of Mount Hayes. And we decided at that saddle we would just bear right and follow point where 2 hills meet, follow contours, like a little intermittent stream, and take that and kind of keep like a westerly bearing with a compass. You have to have some decent compass skills to do this. You don't want to get lost 2 miles from your first major town in New Hampshire. That'd be embarrassing. Uh, so so we take this, and what we do is we get down in the saddle, we bear right, and follow this intermittent stream. Some walking in the stream, some walking around the stream, just wherever we can find some decent earth to walk on. Unfamiliar with New Hampshire territory. If New Hampshire had mangroves, the closest thing to mangroves we're walking through is ridiculous thick brush. But this takes the same amount of time as just taking the Appalachian Trail down to the road and then having to hitch in. But you don't have to go uphill. So if you don't mind, just going, trusting a compass for, a bit, it's cool. You bear that right and you just follow this down, and then you hit like an access road. This access road, we cut back left on it once we hit it, because it just runs like this way, following this river. This river. There's Gorham. There's the bluff. And the saddle's like right here. Goes off the map. Don't know if you could see that, but hit the access road. Stream this main river is a good bearing. The road could only go one way or the other, so we cut back left on it and took the road in to hit the Mahoosic Trail, which is a blue blaze. That's what you call side trails. They're marked by a blue blaze, and took that pretty much directly into Gorham. Got in there, stopped at like a little gas station, truck stop or something. Got some weird looks because we smelled pretty bad. We called a fella. It's the owner of the White Birches camping park. Bob Langlands. I think that was his name. This is the name that's here in the Thru Hiker's Companion. This is what was left of my first half of the Thru Hiker's Companion. WhiteBirchesCampingPark.com. Really cool dude. Found out when he picked us up that he was a scoutmaster. So he was really pleased. He just picked up 2 Eagle Scouts, and like we got talking and everything. Really connected with the fella. He took us to his campgrounds, gave us a deal on our tent sites, which are normally $11. Only 5 of us split one campsite. So yeah, he made some we got a deal. 3 Eagle Scouts. He was pretty stoked about all that, being a scoutmaster and all. But if you're an Eagle Scout, or you're in Scouts and you're hiking the AT, you get to Gorham, give Bob a call. Bob at White Birches Camping Park. Bob will hook you up. They have pools and showers and laundry. You can stay inside if you want to, but why would you? You're outside all the time anyways. We got his number before we left. We stayed like 3 days in Gorham. We had ourselves a bit of a barbecue. We went to Walmart one night and just got a bunch of corn and like sausages and hamburgers and things, and grilled out before I became a vegetarian. And grubbed out. Ran into some girl when we came out of a Tex-Mex place. Not the greatest restaurant. We had met all on the trail who was section hiking. I can't remember her trail name. Really nice chick. She didn't have a. She needed like a place to spend the night. We're like, hey, just come and crash at our campsite. We're about to grill out and everything. So she we had a guest for the evening. I bought like 36, one of those enormous like 36-ounce bags of Starburst. They're like this big, weighed like a pound and a half. It was ridiculous. Uh, I ate a lot of Starburst. Either way, cool stuff. Two Eagles Bushwack. Check it out. If you got any plans on hiking any part of the trails in New Hampshire, anything like that, you want a bushwhack, you want to give it a shot, it's probably your most legitimate bushwhack because you can't really get lost. You just need to head west and or have a good, decent sense of direction.